We're at Namco Bandai Games. We do this every single year, and they typically have the same series represented, right? It's like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and
all
of course, all the animes, but also Tales, which is their long-running RPG series.
Yeah.
Right?
The real-time combat-based, usually fantasy sci-fi RPG series. Started on the GameCube with Symphonia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played a little bit of it, and you talked to the dev. From what I could tell, like I haven't played a Tales game since Symphonia, and it's basically the same real-time combat system where you run around the map. It's kind of seamless, of a seamless transition to the combat, but not really still.
The director, Hideo Baba, was talking quite a bit about that being like a really important thing to him, because you spend so much time adventuring on the map.
Yeah.
Why would you want to break that up?
That's right. I mean, like the illusion was there. The screen would flash and there would be a definite transition, but it still felt you were on the map. There wasn't like a big lead up to it with a, little dance before the battle starts. The combat was very quick and fluid. The result screen just like snapped up and snapped off.
You said it's the first like fantasy set game in a long time, like with medieval kind of things, but to me the series always kind of has those touches, and when I was watching some of the footage, I got a little bit of it, but it didn't really scream like medieval fantasy setting to me.
That's true. I mean, well, it was fantasy in the sense that there were dragons, lots of swords, and typical magic spells. But there's a lot of like neon bulbs, a lot of like outrageous sci-fi style costumes. From what I could tell, because I can't speak Japanese, there were two protagonists, and they might have been brother and sister. But you could fuse them together, and they turn into this kind of super person, nondescript gender, with like a really futuristic great bow and just shoot lasers everywhere. So that's pretty sci-fi. It might just be a mesh of the two genres.
So that kind of makes a little bit of sense though. Like even though he was saying it's supposed to be medieval like fantasy, the series, the two artists that have worked on the series for years are each designing some of the main characters.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a character in red, and the brother and sister you were describing are drawn by entirely different artists. So maybe that's creating some of the contrast of at least the message of fantasy mixed with sci-fi.